Hey YouTube, got another knife review for you today. This is the Benchmade Harley Davidson Ti Fender. The Ti, Ti stands for titanium. Alright, but we'll get to that. Take a look at the blade first. Alright, now this is, obviously it's a satin finish. It's a partial hollow grind. The steel is 9, hold on. It says it right there, 9CR13. That is a stainless steel, and it is a less expensive steel. Alright, now the price tag on this, I saw it on Amazon this morning for $80. I paid a little more for it, like 90 something, but I've seen it for $80 just today. A pretty good price for a Benchmade. You see it's a Spearpoint. Right, with a swedge. Right, you see it has jimping right there that goes all the way up to there. I like that the jimping goes there because I don't know about you, but a lot of times if I'm opening a package, I'll actually have a finger, somewhere along there. So it's a good idea. All right, and the blade length on this, it's actually 3 3/4 inches. All right, so it is a pretty long blade length. Now the locking mechanism, it is a Framelock. Benchmade calls it their Monolock, but it's what we would know as a Framelock. Now the handle is made of titanium, and you see the holes there. That helps with the grip, all right, and with lightness, and it's also just makes it look pretty cool because you can see the satin finish reflect through the holes. Open pillar construction. Right, there's a non-tube lanyard hole right there. Pocket clip. It comes set up for right side carry, tip down. It can be reversed to left side carry. The opening facility is that flipper right there. All right. Opens pretty smoothly with a little wrist flick. See the Harley Davidson logo right there. Pretty cool. Alright, now overall it's a pretty cool knife. I did do some cutting with it, and basically it's fairly sharp, but it's not what I would consider razor sharp. Alright, so only medium sharpness. And the thing about this knife, I think it's Benchmade really trying to keep the price down, because if you know Benchmade, they have a lot of folding knives that are $150, $160, $170, right? And as I said, this is a little less than $100, and sometimes you can even find it for $80. All right, and the way they do that, this particular Benchmade is made in China. Yeah, I know. Harley Davidson made in China. And the steel, the steel on this, it's a cheaper stainless steel. But in return for that, you do get a Framelock, which is a lot of people's preferred locking mechanism. And it is a titanium Framelock. Looks very attractive. It opens nicely. And I don't think they meant this as like a hard use knife, okay? This is a knife basically for guys who are into Harley Davidson, and they don't want to spend more than $100 on a knife. I can understand that. And that steel would be fine for light utility. I think this is basically a light utility folder for bigger dudes, all right? That's why it's kind of, the blade length is longer than an EDC normally, but I can see where they were going with it, and I vibe. It's pretty cool. Overall, I'm pleased with the knife. To get a titanium Framelock for less than $100, it's nice. I like how it opens really easily, and I don't care so much where it comes from as long as the quality control is there. And this has a very solid lockup. It has no blade play. If you told me this was made in the USA, I really wouldn't have been able to tell that it wasn't, okay? So that's what's important to me, the actual quality control. You know, the only hit against the knife would be that it did not come razor sharp, but, you know, that's the only thing I could find that was wrong with it, and for this price, it's fine. Alright, YouTube, hope you enjoyed the review. Stay tuned for many more. I am out of here.